grenade for the Ukraine. And you know it kills the pain.
Check 1, 2.
Then I like to go insane. One more booster in my coaster. Got the do like a rooster. Let me feel that flavor like a
Hey, how you doing? Marcus Conti reporting.
On a poodle. I'm in the booth. One more time, this is the truth. Dr. Fauci. What can I say, Dr. Fauci? You made me gay, Dr. Fauci. Stick it in my butt, Dr. Fauci. You made me nut, Dr. Fauci.
Dr. Fauci, you made me gay. Dr. Fauci, stick it in my butt.
I love you so much, Dr. Fauci. I'll miss your touch. Please don't leave us. We need you so much, Dr. Fauci.
Alex Stein, man. Fucking rocks, man. How you doing, man? Marcus Conti reporting. Sorry for the bumpy start. I don't know what just happened, man. Hey, man. So Marcus Conti reporting. Today we're going to talk about how's everybody doing? How's everybody doing, man? I'm doing okay. I'm doing better. My teeth, my situation with my teeth is a little better. I think yesterday I had a dangling tooth and it's gone. In fact, I missed an amazing opportunity to show you how I got it out. It's fucking crazy, right? Here's the tooth. Where's the tooth? Yeah, this one right here. This tooth came out yesterday, right? It was hanging, and I used a 10-pound weight and a string. And I couldn't get it out. I just tied the string around it, and I dropped the heavy weight that was tied to the tooth, and it just went. I did it. I was watching YouTube videos on kids how they remove their teeth, and it just seemed like the right idea. It was very loose, and it came right out. So that's better. So that's you know who this is, right? This is Paul Pelosi. This is the husband of Nancy Pelosi. Has pleaded guilty to DUI charges in the state of California. He's now looking at 3 years probation, an alcohol key, one of those things that you breathe into before you start your car, an ignition device that either allows you to drive sober or not drive at all. And paid a little fine. He got sentenced to 5 days in jail, time served. So they're throwing the book at Paul Pelosi. He had to pay restitution for the crashed car. It's all trivial to a millionaire like Paul Pelosi. It's just like he has people taking care of it. What do I have to do? So we'll look at that story. A couple of good clips that I have lined up. What else are we talking about? Biden's set to Joe Biden is set to relinquish $10,000, expunge $10,000 worth of student loans for people that still have those loans. Now, you may think that's a good idea. You may think that's a bad idea, but it is an idea, and a lot of young people support that idea because they're in debt for 10 grand and 20 grand and 80 grand and 70 grand for student loans. And the argument's always been, well, if you want to go to college, you knew how much it cost. Well, that's not necessarily the end all, right? You know, if food was, if you were starving to death and an apple was $200, would you buy the apple or starve to death? You buy the fucking apple, right? And then you worry about paying for it later. You worry about where you got the $200 for the apple, and then you go get 200 more. So the idea of canceling student debt, I think, is a great idea. I think, look, if basic education in America should be free. It should be up. I would rather see better utilization of high school. I think a lot of high school around the country is wasted. You go to the inner city high school, it's junk. It's just show up. I was a product of public school, high school, and nobody pressured you. You just showed up. You did the minimal amount of work, but it could be more pressing like college. Have community college Set a bar, too. Don't just make it free for everybody. Make it free for people that can maintain a 2.0 grade point average. Right? If you can't maintain the basic grades, then you get the hell out of there. Right? Why are we giving you all this money? Right? But anyway, it's a good move. It's a move in the right direction. We bail out large corporations. We bail out other nations. We send billions of dollars abroad to fight war that we don't need to be in. Why can't we just squash the student debt so kids can get a fair shake? And I mean, a lot of people hold a lot of student debt, over the years, right? You wind up paying 10 times the amount. They seize they garnish your check, your work check. They can garnish your tax return, and so on. So, I think that all should be pretty legal, pretty expunged legal. So Paul Pelosi, genius, right? Paul Pelosi. Everybody was saying, "Oh, Paul Pelosi, he's involved in insider trading. He bought long calls on the Nasdaq and the Dow, and he suspects that the market is going to go up based on his insight." Right? So, but now he's a drunk and a hobo. So to speak. So do we believe Paul Pelosi? I don't know, man. Let's find out. We'll skim, and then later on, if anybody cares to join me in the live video chat, we can do that later. I'll drop the link in a little while, and we'll talk about it. So anyway, man. So what was I doing? So I got a website. My name is Marcus Conti, and we are live on YouTube every day. Asking the right questions. We're asking questions and questioning not you, but questioning ourselves about what is love, what is truth, what is and is not allowed in our society today. What have we do live in a violent society, but we also live in a phobic society where people think that what I say matters in their life. Does it really? Am I that? And is what comes out of my toothless mouth really that important in the greater scheme of things? If I was so misinformed and so so medically incompetent or whatever I've been accused of, or racist or whatever, then why bother watching? Why are you even why even consider being here or considering, you know what I mean? Just think it's simply not true. Wouldn't you want, if I was a racist and a misinformation fucking idiot, right? Wouldn't you want to see me hang myself? Let him keep talking. And eventually we'll see that he's he is these things. But anyway, man. So we're here, and we love YouTube. I learned, thank you YouTube for putting up kitty videos of how to pull your own teeth using the string method. It was very, very effective. Thank you YouTube for showing me how to grow, not YouTube per se, but allowing people to show me on YouTube how to grow your own tobacco, which I don't smoke. I only puff on my own. Well, I do smoke, but I smoke my own. And I don't really smoke it. I just kind of puff it. I love it. I like it because it tastes like the garden. You know? That's how you smoke a cigar right there. Mm-hmm. The pleasure. The joy of smoking. Morning, everybody in the chat. Vinny D. Martini, motherfucker. Sniff My Teepa's here. Me so hungry. Mad Cow Mark, how you doing, man? Zoot Zoot Cooter, thank you for the video clips on the secret site. Willie Dig, what's up, man? Jim Gerard, great guest of the program, comes on nude. Well, at least from the waist up. Jim Gerard is naked man. What's up, Jim? And everybody else that's here. TJ, how are you? I think Weesty is here as well in the UK, SS67 UK. How are you? How are you? How are you? Weasty. I think Weevil Girl might be in the house as well. So we're all here, man. We're all here. Sniff Matip says, my dad grew a tobacco plant years ago in the hydroponics shop. Had some nice purple flowers on it. Yeah, they flower. Yeah, tobacco, people don't know it, is a flowering plant. And if you allow it to flower, it'll produce less leaf, but you'll get seed. So if you got 4 or 5 plants, you pick one of them to allow it to flower, and you'll get the seed for the next generation. And I'll have some seed. In fact, if anybody wants any, I'll as I get them, not right away, as I get them and I have them, I'll do a little giveaway if people want to grow tobacco alongside of me. It's for next year. This season is already over. But you could start them, and I'll gladly send out the seeds. It looks like I'm going to get a lot of them. I'm going to get more than I need, and I'd like to. Jim Gerard says he has a shirt on today. Is tobacco like nicotine? Me so hungry asks. Nicotine is contained in tobacco leaf. It's in the leaf. It's not in the flower. And but the lower these cigars are from the lower leaves, which have a lot less concentration of nicotine in them for whatever reason. As you go up the plant, those are still working. Those are higher. They say 3% nicotine, but I mean it's not about the nicotine for me. I just puff it. I like it. You know, I don't like cigarettes. Cigarette. It's just like, what the fuck is this? But anyway, man, the smell of a cigar is sexy. Right? It's erotic. The whole room smells like cigar right now. So yeah, that's my thumbnail. I have a website. We're across all of these fine platforms. Every day, 9 a.m., no notification necessary. You don't need, I didn't know you were here. I didn't know you were going live. Where are you? Just come to the website, marcusconti.com, spelt one word, and you'll know where we are at 9 a.m. every morning. Every morning at 9 a.m. We're across all these fine platforms. If we're not on YouTube, we're on DLive. The show will be, the recorded show will be placed on Rumble, BitChute, Truth Social, Facebook, Twitter, and so on. All of the other fine platforms. If you scroll all the way down, I have a tip jar and a Patreon link. That'd be lovely if you can donate. That's how I support the program. I'm not monetized. That's a long time ago. Monetization. Remember money? You remember when carriers like this used to pay and offer money for doing the work? They don't anymore. Now they kick you out. So let's ask those important questions today. The questions in our world. The troubling. Remember this guy? We watched him. Well, I don't want to watch him again. Remember the kid got cold cocked? They still haven't found the kid yet. Cool. There we go. Right. So he's a college educated young man. Right. Punched the other young man in the face and knocked him unconscious. Besides that, Joe Biden, President of the United States, who said, I will never, he said, when asked, can you cancel student loans? He said, no, it ain't going to happen. While he was running for president, and still won. But now, because times have changed, Joe Biden's set to cancel up to $10,000 in student debt. Despite warning. Warning. What are you warning? What warning? Joe Biden is expected to announce a plan Wednesday to cancel thousands of dollars of federal student debt for borrowers who make less than $125,000 a year. That's most people. Despite one think tank warning, it could cost the average taxpayer more than $2,000. That's total bullshit. These think tanks are just, crap machines that what pay? Taxpayers don't pay more money anymore. The government prints the money. We print debt. We raise money by creating more debt, and then we have the IMF buy it back. It's a fucking scam. So the idea of infinite debt has been, in my view, mostly solved. It's hard to get your arm around. But the idea, I just want to, people that make more than 125 grand a year will be able to get 10,000 expunged. Now, $10,000 in terms of student loans is really not a lot. Most people incur, tens of thousands, 100. A doctor, for example, can rack up, $200,000 in debt, or a lawyer, or even like a nurse practitioner, or somebody, with a high degree in something, right? It could get expensive, right? And so why not just expunge? I think it should be more by go up to 50,000, right? And then change it to expunge everybody 50,000, and then make it go along with this now that you signed up for it, right? People who signed up for exorbitant amounts of student debt in the past, right, did it because it's what they had to do. It's like you buy a house, you can't afford it, but you need a place to live, right? What are you going to do? Live outside, rent for the rest of your life? You take the leap of faith, and you hope that your investment becomes more valuable. But with education, there's no real solid, tangible evidence that education equals more money. Now, of course, there's incredible academic arguments to the counter. But when you buy a house, you have a tangible asset. When you buy an education, you don't have something that tangible, unless you continue to pursue a line of training, I guess. I don't know. You become something, and then continue to become that thing. Right? But you got to give credit where credit is due, right? Even though, Joe Biden, this is an unpopular idea amongst people over 25, but it's wildly popular amongst people under 25, maybe even under 50. So congratulations to the young people of America. They're going to get a $10,000 kibosh on their student loans. Good job, Joe Biden. He probably had Elizabeth Warren in one ear, Bernie Sanders in the other ear, and AOC right in front of his face, all screaming at the same time, "You got to do this. You got to do this. You got to do this, Joe. Joe, you got to do this. You got to do this." So Bernie, this is again Bernie Sanders. The other thing in the Inflation Recovery Act had Bernie written all over it. Bernie Sanders was able to allow Medicaid to finally bargain for better prices from Big Pharma. That was a landmark thing with Bernie. That's what he wanted to do. He went after. So as well as expunging student debt, Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren were very behind that. So we got to give them credit for it. Right? Where credit is due. Congratulations. Right? And what else? A good story. Remember the fallen down horse in New York City, the carriage horse. Whether you agree with the carriage industry or not is secondary to what happened here. It turns out they said that the horse was between 13 and 15 years old. That's like, most carriage horses are between 7 and 12 years old. A police horse is a little older, maybe 15, and that's it. And then they retire him. It turns out that this horse was pushing 30. They were working this old fucking horse to death. Right? His name is Ryder, the horse. They estimated that the horse, an initial diagnosis determined that the horse was 28 to 30 years old, rather than the aforementioned 13 years old. That it was malnourished, underweight, and suffered from a disease. Right? The fucking horse is old, man. The horse was old, right? So they're thinking about charges against these people. As far as the rider, this guy flogging the horse, I don't think that's what was going on. He was just trying to get the horse off the ground, right? And he didn't know what to do. He didn't know how to handle the horse, right? But the fucking horse is old, man. So So upstate New York has a farm. Upstate New York has graciously retired the horse. I would like to see a follow-up story on that, to see the horse running around in the field, happy, eating hay with other horses. So good deal, man, good deal. What else we got here? Rich mom accused of throwing bigoted party. She's such a bigot. What did she do? She had a party, right? A wealthy upstate woman accused of throwing a racist Juneteenth party attempted to defend herself at a bizarre press conference. Insisted the event was meant to mock liberals, not blacks, but admitted to being racist on Twitter. So a woman has a party in her house. She's white. It's in Rochester, New York. Mostly white people, I guess. I don't know. After reportedly decorating her lawn with buckets of Kentucky Fried Chicken and for a Juneteenth party where she served Hennessy. Do black people, stereotypical blacks, love fucking fried chicken? Yeah, they do. Do ghetto fucking rapper ghetto black in videos, are they seen drinking bottles of Hennessy as a Hennessy? Ugh, what is that? Yes. The answer is yes. So is she a racist? I don't know, man. I don't know anymore. She has testified on Twitter that she, in fact, is a racist and has posted racist commentary on Twitter. So what? She's rich. She lives in her own home. She had a party with Kentucky Fried Chicken buckets on the fucking door. If you don't like it, stay the fuck out. Right? Look, again. Is she roaming the streets of Rochester, swinging buckets of chicken and throwing the chicken at black people, saying, "Here, eat this, black person, because I know you like chicken and Hennessy"? Not really. She's also been outdoor decorations of former President Trump. Oh, she's a Trumpster. And here's a firefighter from Rochester, Gerard Jones, who's very offended by the buckets of chicken. He's a firefighter, and he accidentally went to the party because his boss invited him to it. And he was very, very offended by it. Right? So rather than leave, he decided to leave and then sue. So racism gone wild. What about this incident right here? So that's not allowed. That's frowned upon and not allowed. But New York City prep school parents livid over woke librarian suspended from Twitter for hate speech. So here's the stereotypical angry born female, angry, pissed off, homosexual librarian, white, hates her white skin, would prefer to be black and something else maybe, I don't know. Right, there she is. She's got her nose ring, and they put her around children, and she said, "Burn white, straight, male librarianship to the ground." That was back in October 2015. Long history, a 7-year history of being a hater of white men, librarians. Hate in her heart, using her position of librarianship to keep white men out. What did these people do? They had a party in their own house, and everybody was invited. Everybody's invited. If you don't like it, you don't have to go. But here we have a angry bull dyke in the position of librarian, targeting straight, white, male librarians. Right? The school costs $60,000 a year One parent says, "How can I feel comfortable sending my white 9-year-old son into her library or classroom?" The mother said. "What if my son wants to be a librarian? How safe and nurtured are my kids going to be by this person?" I would say not much. Right? A disgrace. You're a disgrace to cats. You're a fuck you, man. Fuck you. Fuck you. I hate your cat, man. That's a real cat right there, right? Your fucking cat is fake. So her name is Connolly Abrams. Gender is fake, she said. So she's confused. She has confusion about her sexuality. She doesn't know what she is, where she's from, what's happening. She can't look down, into her own private and figure it out. She can't look into her own heart and determine. So she's got to blame everybody else. Right? Everybody else, you're only a lesbian. You're not a lesbian because you defy your inner self. Or something stupid like that, right? Anyway, man. So racism, the race war in America continues. Right? It's like unyielding. Right? There's no end to it. What do we got here? Let's talk about Nancy Pelosi. Oh, it's 9:30. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. Drop everything. The market's open. Ding, 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 ding. So let's see. The Nasdaq futures. Everything's open now. It looks like. Oh my God, we're flat right now and going down a little bit. It looks like the Dow's going down. The panic on Wall Street, this latest dip, is because of a federal the Fed chair. Jackson Hole meeting is Friday. The big wigs say why the bulls have reason to worry ahead of Jackson Hole. Jackson Hole is a meeting amongst the Fed chair and other Federal Reserve people, and they're going to talk about jacking up the interest rate on banks to 75 basis points, which has an effect on everybody because if you jack up the bank lending rate by a percentage point, they'll jack up your fucking interest rate on your mortgage by 10% or 8% or 6%. Every 1% you hit them, they give it back to the public at 3%. So they don't even make money. Go ahead, jack us up. We'll jack up that, So they're worried about it. That's less profits for corporations. So Friday we'll find out. I don't know. I still think the market goes up. Be honest with you. I think from here, I think the bottom is in. I've said it. I think the bottom is in on the Dow and the Nasdaq, and it may come down again, but it's not going to break. It's not going to blast through the bottom anymore. It may, there's some suffering left, but after that, it looks like it should rebound, and I could be wrong. Let's look at the big board and see where the fine, all these fine stocks are. Where am I? I'm lost right now. I'm lost. Hold on a second. Marcus Conte reporting. So what do we got? Looks like flat. Open right now. It's 9:32 New York time. Apple that's been soaring up. Seems to have hit the top in 170s, currently up 3 cents. Amazon down 97 cents. $1, excuse me. Google down 4 cents. Google parent company up a penny, which is kind of flat. Meta, formerly Facebook, is at 160, still way down. Microsoft, 276. It's been running in that level for a long time. Rivian up 79 cents today to 33. Tesla up another 5. People fucking short that thing at 1,200. It's coming back. So you're probably going to see a short squeeze on Tesla very soon. It'll jet up to 2,000. Who knows? Bitcoin is up a little bit. The war stocks, Raytheon and Lockheed Martin, the military industrial complex stocks, both up 50 cents respectively. The holy vaccine stocks, Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, oh my God, I need my shot, are down 30 cents each respectively. Robinhood flat. Netflix still coming down. DWAC Company taking Trump public, down 25 cents. Twitter is still getting crushed, $39 a share. So markets are mixed and holding at this level. Hopefully it doesn't crash anymore. We would like to see it turn around right here and go back up. Crash through the lines, go up. So Friday, today is what? Wednesday, right? Wednesday. Yeah, so in 2 more days, on Friday, midday somewhere, you're going to see an announcement, and hopefully that'll send the markets back up where they're supposed to be. So there is a gentleman, his name is Paul Pelosi. Why is this cow running through an airport? Why is this bull? I don't know, man. He's probably a slaughter bull, and he's trying to save his own life, right, before they kill him and eat him. Nancy Pelosi's husband, Paul, dodges jail time as he pleads guilty in drunken crash. Paul Pelosi, the husband, 82-year-old husband of the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, who so many people love and more probably hate Nancy Pelosi. Just the saying of her name creates a indigestion of some sort, right? So Paul Pelosi, 82, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's husband, pleaded guilty. I did it. Now, this is Paul Pelosi. This is the guy, if you recall, killed his brother in a car crash when they were 18 and 19 respectively, right? Paul was driving, and they crashed, and a brother got killed. He came out of it scot-free, but he killed his brother. Right? No DUI there, no DWI there. It was a long time ago, right? We didn't do that, right? It was an accident, right? Oh, your brother's dead. That's pain enough. But now you do that, your brother's dead, and they throw you in jail, right, for DUI. But Paul Pelosi, who has that record of killing his brother in a car wreck, can't confirm that he was drunk. It was like 60 years ago. Nobody knows. But this time we got him. Paul Pelosi, 82, who did not attend the court hearing because he paid a bunch of lawyers to do it, will have to serve 3 years of probation. So what? He'll show up. He'll have a fucking, a driver drive him to the probation office. He might even have the probation officer come to him. They're rich. They're rich people, or they'll have a probation officer that is assigned to a very wealthy area where they don't get a lot of action at all, or something, and that's where Paul will go. He'll even fly there just to not have not deal with the riffraff. Okay. So probation. What else? The terms of his probation include 5 days in jail, but, the big but, Pelosi will be given credit for 4 days. And the last, the remaining day will be served on a court work program. So Paul Pelosi is going to show up one day and he's going to serve some kind of community service where he's going to show up at a homeless shelter while they're serving lunch, and he's going to scoop. Right? That's all he's going to do. He's going to show up, he's going to scoop, or he's going to be the greeter. He's going to work the door and say, "Hi, thanks for showing up. Yeah, we're here, and enjoy your meal." That's such bullshit, right? And that's it, right? Which is a good thing. I mean, show up at a homeless shelter, but that's what he'll get. He'll get a cushy little 1-day community service, and that's it. On the other hand, he's going to have Pelosi will also have to complete a 3-month drunk driving course. Well, he's a smart guy. That's not hard to do. He'll just have to sit there, 3-month drunk drive course. He'll probably have to sit to a class. That's boring shit, man. You got to sit there. That's some boring fucking garbage. Right? They make you feel like you're gonna fucking kill somebody, man. Never drink again, man. You're gonna kill somebody, right? That's what you hear for 30 days. Don't drive, don't drink, don't drive. You're gonna kill somebody, and then you're gonna go to jail for the rest of your life. So probation, 3-month drunk drive course, and ignition locking device. And ignition locking device, that's pretty intense, right? His car will have a hose sticking out where he has to blow into the hose and prove to the car that he has no alcohol on his breath. Now, you could always have somebody else blow into the hole. Or how many cars does Paul Pelosi own? He probably owns like 5 or 6. What are you going to put him on all 5 of his cars? He'll just buy another one. He'll rent a car. He'll lease a car. He'll have a chauffeur drive him around. Drive him the fuck around. People are going to be watching him, so I don't think he's going to be driving for a while. So that's usually a year. Yeah, a year. So he'll have ignition locking device for a year. He'll have a limousine guy shuffling him around. We'll also pay a fine of $1,700. That's a joke for a rich guy. It should have been $170,000, right? Which would have hurt him something. But and also he paid $5,000 to fix the guy's car that he totaled. So he paid maybe $7,000. That's a joke for a rich guy, right? It's, so he got away with it, right? I'm just gonna Paul Pelosi, no jail. He's got to talk to a friendly probation officer once in a while, take a class, and blow into a hose if he feels like driving. And that's the reality. But the bigger reality is that there's a video, I think. Well, there's a video. I watched it. It's not really much. It's him mumbling. It's him. You don't really hear what he's saying. He mumbled about where's the? Here it is. Here it is. I don't watch this shit again. Pelosi dashboard cam. Let's see if we can get a little audio out of it. It wasn't very clear. I listened to it. Let's see. Turn it on. Turn on the audio. God. Turn on the
partner
audio.
said he did spoke to you, or he did speak to you, and he did smell a little bit of alcohol coming from your breath. So I just want to make sure I confirmed with him that he wasn't under the influence. I just want to make sure you're not under the influence as well. So what I'd like to do is just ask you a couple voluntary questions and do a couple voluntary tests. Are you okay with that? Okay. I know you mentioned to my partner you had a drink earlier.
Sniff My Teep points out that Paul Pelosi still has his license. Wow, that's a good point, man. They don't usually suspend your license if you pay the fine, right? That's normal. That's normal on a first offense DUI. So nothing unusual about what Paul Pelosi got as a first offender. He paid restitution for harm done. He's on probation. He's got the ignition locking device. I mean, we'd like to see him get more, but that's what happens with a first offense, right? Has Paul Pelosi drove drunk before? Hell fucking yeah.
What was it that you had to drink?
So there he is, mumbling to the police, telling them, confessing that he had a couple of drinks, slurring his words. There's his car flipped over.
Was it, what type of wine was it?
The point is, you can't really hear his answers. The cop was probably standing too far away from him. It didn't pick it up. Yeah, so that's not really much. So Paul Pelosi, gone. What's this here? Nancy Pelosi pleads guilty. Yeah, what else we got here? Jimmy Dore. I stand corrected. Yesterday on the program, I said that Joe Rogan has never declared himself a progressive or a liberal or an independent or any of those things. I am wrong. Here he is sitting on a show with the good Jimmy Dore, and he tells you, Joe Rogan, what year is this? 2020, explains to you what exactly on earth he is in terms of politics. Let's listen to Joe Rogan.
Wait, that made me feel good. That makes me feel good. I want to be an outsider. I want people to be afraid of me.
They're afraid of you now.
Well, I don't know if they are, but they won't come on my show. So that's good. And by the way, my show was never about guests. My show was all about my opinion,
of course,
and calling out bullshit.
Yeah.
So it's not nobody
doing the right thing. I'm doing the wrong thing because they all keep asking to be on my show.
Oh, okay.
I've had requests from all of them.
Really?
Oh yeah, Biden, Warren.
How do you resist
Mayor
that
Pete.
shit?
Because I have my friends. I'd rather talk to my friends.
Yeah, I know. I get a
I
boner.
like Tulsi and I like Bernie. That's it.
Oh yeah.
Everybody else can eat shit.
Look at you, fucking progressive.
Yeah. Well, I've always been. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Everyone says you're a right winger.
They're out of their fucking mind. I've never voted right wing in my life.
Really?
Never. I voted Democrat except for independent. I voted for Gary Johnson because he did my podcast.
I only talk about it because these are two of my favorite commentators, and they're very important in the bigger scheme of things. A lot of people listen to Joe Rogan. I mean, they respect him. They listen to him. As he said, they want to be on his program, and Jimmy Dore as well.
People don't realize how powerful. Like
Yeah, I'm not right wing at all.
Oh, okay.
No.
That's wild.
No, there's nothing about me that's right wing.
Well, you kill your own food.
That's it. Well, that's crazy. 95+% of the population of the planet eats meat. I just happen to kill my own. Yeah, that's it.
So
it's not like 95% of the population is right wing because they kill their own food. I think there's a lot of right wing like family values and things like that I admire. I think, but when it gets to homophobia, when it gets to women's rights, that's where I break. Right. I'm 100% in favor of women's rights, 100% in favor of gay rights, gay marriage. I'm a big proponent of there's got to be some new action taken to clean up a lot of these crime-ridden communities.
He's an average American is what Joe Rogan is. Joe Rogan is now the voice of the center of the country. Not the physical center, but he's equilibrium. Joe Rogan. That's why I kind of respect him. He's neither left nor right. He really is up the middle, in terms of his perspective.
And the idea that we can spend all this money overseas, but we can't spend money on Flint, Michigan, or Detroit, or the South Side of Chicago, that to me is insane. That doesn't make any sense. And this idea that we're all on the same starting page is so fucking stupid too. That is a very non-right-wing way of looking at it, because everybody's like, you got to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. There's a lot of people that came out of bad neighborhoods, but they didn't fucking cry, woe is me. They just went out there and they kicked ass. That's nonsense. You have no idea what it's like to grow up in a crime-ridden, poverty-infested, drug-addled neighborhood. You don't know what that's like, and we should make it so that no one knows what that's like.
You know what, though, Joe? I grew up in a crime-ridden, not poverty, but Italian gangster types, very violent. I grew up in a very violent neighborhood in Staten Island, New York, where we admired mobsters, right? The mobsters on the corner, the dads of our friends who were gangsters, not wannabe gangsters, but real, like not so much. I never saw Gotti out in the street, but I saw Tom Bellotti, Tommy Bellotti, Paul Castellano, Anelia Del Croce, the counselor of the Gambino crime family, was my friend Sean's father. I've been in their house. I swam in their pool in the yard in the summer. I know them. I know these people. And I can tell you that there is a violent streak and a mafia code to them, a way of operating. But if you're their friend, man, you got a real friend. You got a friend for life. Those are not fair weather, come and go kind of friends. Those are real people, man. You go to that guy, you go to Sean's father and you say, Mr. Del Croce, I'm having a hard time finding a job. I'm a good guy. I want to work hard. I want to get ahead. And they'll say, hey man, hey, you good kid. Come here, motherfucker. Come here, kid. Come here, kid. Come here. Give me a hug. Kid, come here. Give me a hug. Go have a hamburger. Get yourself something to drink over here, and then go talk to this guy over there, right? Go talk to this guy, and he'll tell you, take care of you, right? It's violent, but it's also the Italian mafia is kind of like the Hasidic Hasidic Jew community. It's very similar. Right? There's a lot of similarities between the Italian mob and Hasidic Hasids. The overdone Jews, right? They're very tight. They're very community. They're very what's said here stays here kind of people, And But anyway, Joe Rogan, what were you talking about, Joe? I forgot, man, before I interrupted you.
If we want America better, the best way to start is to clean up all the spots that suck and make people that are coming out of there have a real chance at making something out of their life. Don't have it so that they're starting out from the time they're a child with a massive deficit. That to me.
And what you mean by cleaning up the place?
I mean, community programs, putting money into these communities.
Jobs.
I agree with all that.
Not just jobs, but community programs where kids have a safe place to go.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big part of it. Protect them from the gangs. Put more cops in those neighborhoods and have them there all the time. Make them a part of the community. They got to do something.
He's just talking common sense, right? That's common sense politics, right? If you see, Flint, Michigan, they're drinking fucking lead water. Right? The water's got lead in it, right? Fix it, right? But again, this has been tried many times before. You go into the ghetto, they have police stations inside the projects. You go to the projects in New York City, and sometimes there's a portable police station right in the middle of the fucking house. So what more do you want them to do? How are you going to get rid of? You got to change the culture. You got to change the culture, the way people are treated. Stop calling everybody racist.
Think about the violence.
Stop blaming people for your situation. Right? I disagree with Joe. You can't just give. You gotta inspire, Joe. Why don't you get off your fucking ass, Joe, and go to a school go to the fucking ghetto in Texas, Austin. Right? Well, go back to L.A. Go to the south side of L.A. Right, or north side. Where's the violent part? I don't know. Where the blacks are. Just go where the blacks are and show your love. Right? Show your love. Say, I'm Joe Rogan. I love you. Right? And try to lift them up with all your fucking resources and stop pointing and saying somebody else should do it.
Violence and do something about the gangs and this repetitive cycle of people growing up in these neighborhoods and getting trapped in these same horrible conditions that their parents did or their grandparents did, and it's an endless cycle.
It is an endless cycle, Joe. And people like you, everybody, it's so ironic that people rise up to voice their opinions of people that income and wealth inequality and some people are more advantaged than others. And then when they become advantaged, they forget all about it. Just like Trump. Trump knew that there was, election impropriety, right? That's been going on. And I'm not calling it election fraud, YouTube. That's not what we're saying. We're saying that Trump got outwitted, bigly in the last election, right? And that's been going on for 50 years. And Trump knew it. And once he got elected, what did he do? He shut the fuck up. He didn't go after the bad guys. He didn't fix or try to repair that broken system. So the point is when you get to Joe Rogan's level, stop, or Tim Pool. Somebody mentioned Tim Pool in the chat. Get off your ass. Look, if I'm so famous, if Mars Conti's so famous, right, and I'm fucking here and there, and I'm, hanging out with Joe Rogan, smoking a cigar, at some point, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I have done it. I've been in riots. I've been on the front line of COVID, of riots, of racism. I've been attacked racially, physically attacked. And also loved. I've been hugged. Marcus Conti. That was one of the greatest. I don't know, maybe honor, but it felt good. I remember being outside one day in New York City, and I'm walking around and I'm doing my thing, and these two people walked by and said, "Oh, that's Marcus Conti. Hey, Marcus. Hey, it's Marcus Conti." And it felt good for a minute. It's like, hey, man, these people know who I am, right? Like, how do they know who I am? Oh, we love your channel, man. Oh, thank you. Well, can I talk to you? Who are you? And start to get to know people, right? Break the barrier. So But anyway, let's.
We pretend like we don't have the resources to fix these.
But-
FDR did. FDR went and gave
Yes.
you want a
The
job?
New
I'll
Deal.
give you a
Yes.
job.
Yes.
That means you're going to go work. It's not.
No. I disagree with that. You gotta inspire it. You gotta go there and inspire them and say, I am not different than you. We are the same. Right? You inspire them. You show them that just because my skin is white doesn't make me hate you. That's a misconception. That is your perception that is incorrect. Are there people with white skin that hate? Yes. Are there black people that, people with black skin that hate? Yes. But I'm not one of them, and 95% of the people in a certain color, of a certain color, are not racist. 95% of black people are not racist. 95% of white people are not racist. There's something. It's not racism. It's wanting to be a bird of a feather, right? There's nothing wrong with that. Ants hang out with ants. Bees hang out with bees, right? Birds hang out with birds. They don't. You don't see birds hanging out with dogs, or chickens hanging out with fucking frogs. One eats the other. The point is that you got to get out into these communities. And now I forgot what I was saying.
Giving you anything, you're earning it, and
Yeah.
guess what? We have the money for it. Wouldn't that be amazing if they did that?
There could be strategies that are implemented that might not all work, but I don't feel
They're
like
not trying
anything's
anything.
doing. Yes,
Yeah, we're gonna have enterprise zones.
I love Joe Rogan. I love Jimmy Dore, but do keep your eye on them as they advance up the ladder of people being allowed to speak. Watch them change, right? They start to change. They start to, the money, right? They start to cover the footprints behind them. That's what's going on a little bit.
yeah.
Obviously, that does.
Come
And
on.
then they want the school to fix all the problems
Yeah.
of the community. No, what you need is jobs. What people
Agreed.
need is something to look forward
Yes.
to. They need to know that if they do play by the rules, they will get things. You can have a job right now. Those people working, and they don't have any.
Yeah, but then they end up in a shitty job that they don't like, and it's run by a bunch of racist people that treat them like slaves. You go get a job, Dwayne. And they go get a job. It's McDonald's. They put on their paper hat and they fucking hate it. Right? And this is, there has to be more opportunity. There has to be people. I just think like even a guy like Elon Musk or even better, Jay-Z. Jay-Z, who owns the Barclays Center, is a billionaire, right? Made all his money on rap music, made his money on the back of Ghetto Black. Doesn't go back to the projects in Brooklyn where he lives. He says, I don't have to go there. No, I have nothing to do there. It's like, no, you do have something to do there. You go there and you help the motherfuckers that made you. Right? Jay-Z is a great example of losing his way,
Healthcare,
Right.
And then they get broken, their life goes upside down.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining. Thank you for sharing, man. How's the market doing? Are we still alive? Are we still alive? It looks like the markets are still flat. And if anybody wants to join me in the chat, I'll drop the. I guess I got the link lined up here, man. Thank you very much, man. And, quickly, if anybody wants. Oh, that's the wrong. I don't have the link. Oh, here's the link. I put the wrong link in there. Stand by. Stand by. Stand by. I'm in the spaceship waiting for you. I'm in the spaceship waiting for you. If anybody wants to join me in the spaceship, in the last. If anybody wants to join me in the chat, I said it twice. If anybody wants to join me in the spaceship, I'm here for you, at least for the next few seconds. And I'm ready to join. Join now. Join now. I'm in. Where's my camera? I'm here. Here I am. I'm here. I'm in. Where are you? Are you there? Where am I? Where am I? I'm in the spaceship by myself. I'm floating in space by myself. I'm so floating. I'm floating around in space. La 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 la. And yeah, so markets are open. So happy Wednesday, everybody, to you, man. It's Paul Pelosi got away with it, and I don't know what I'm going to do today. I guess it's sunny out. Go outside, man. Let's watch the markets. I'm going to kill this, man. I keep it. I want the chat open. If anybody wants to come in and join me, have a discussion about something that was said, has a question. You want to ask me something? I'll answer. I'll tell you what I think. I'll always tell you what I think, man. So, anyway. Oh, Mark's County report. I gotta kill it here, and put Granny Cat back up. Granny Cat. I got that set up, man. So, what else we got here? And, hey, Marcus Conte reporting. I don't have any music set up. We're not allowed to play music anymore. We can't play music anymore on YouTube. It's not allowed. So I'll just sing for you, man. Thanks, everybody. And Marcus Conte reporting. Ending the stream. I ended it.